Why do we call the Seder night, Pesach and the night and its mitzvahs as the Seder? I'd like to provide 7 answers. Beis Aron answers that the Seder is really a Seder or an order for the entire year. The translation of the word Seder means order. The Seder on Pesach night symbolizes that we should have an order and a plan for the rest of the year. Many mitzvahs that we're obligated to perform during the rest of the year are really an extension of the redemption of Egypt. If we think about them, there are many mitzvahs that we do daily. They are all an extension. They all trace back to the Exodus. Second answer, Rabbi Ari Marcus, Rosh Hashiva of Rishit, who also has his own Haggadah called Despair from Despair to Destiny, bought online or in stores. He offers an additional answer. Even nisim, miracles, like the makkos, the plagues that happened in Egypt, they have a seder or an order from Hashem. The makkos were not teva. These plagues were not mere nature. Nothing in this world happens on its own without the help of Hashem. Everything has an order, either directly or indirectly from Hashem behind it. Whether we realize this consciously or subconsciously, whether we realize it or not, everything has an order. The Ramban also says this at the end of Parshas Bo, probably one of the most commonly quoted Rambans, that the supernatural miracles only occur in order that we can easily recognize and distinguish that the small nisim, so to say, the small miracles such as being able to walk and breathe, are additionally from Hashem. Therefore, we call it the Seder, in order to allude to the fact that Hashem causes everything to happen. Hashem causes everything to happen. That's why it's called the Seder. Third answer, according to my humble opinion, is there's an order how to do things at the Seder. The Seder is not a free-for-all. There are rules that we have to abide by, we have to follow by. That's why it's called order. Fourthly, we need to be masudar. We need to be organized. Seder, order, organized. We have to be organized in our lives. This is true not only on Pesach night, not only for the Seder, but for the entire year. The Seder is just a role model, a guide, and a primary example for an optimal manner in which we should conduct ourselves for the rest of the year, how we should optimally function. We have a menu, we have a plan, we have a system, an itinerary. Rabbi Ari Pilakowitsky is a sefer called Maximizing Your Time. On page 15, the whole chapter over there discusses organization, but over there on page 15, he says the means of success of a masmid, someone who's very diligent, is organization. It is only through being organized that one could conquer every possible free minute of the day for doing what he's supposed to be doing. On page 211, he writes, 211, the more time you spend trying to get yourself together, the less time you have for learning. For example, always try to have your clothing ready the night before, he says, for example. That's answer 4. Answer number 5. One of the most fundamental questions is, why do we refer to Pesach night and its mitzvahs as the Seder? Why do we have simonim, signs, an exact order, set positioning, and instructions how to eat the food? Why specifically on the night of the Seder? There's so many halachic technicalities that are required. The Meshech Chochmah in Shmos Yud Beis Gimel explains that Hashem took the Jews out of Egypt in order that they should be slaves to Him. Everything was done in a strategic manner and an ordered time. The Seder alludes to the concept that Hashem is the king and that we are his servants. The Seder symbolizes kingly tactics and discipline. This is precisely why the Seder is at a set time, set way, with set items and with a detailed set of rules. It's similar to kingly tactics. This is from the Kates Shem L'Choshech on page 23. Yid from Shar Yashiv gave it to me. He learns there for many years ago. I haven't seen him around. I haven't been to Shar Yashiv for a while, but Meir Simcha Singer. Reb Meir Simcha Singer. Answer number 6. An additional answer is only someone who is free has the ability to do what he wants, when he wants, and how he wants to do it. However, a slave who is controlled by his master, every decision he makes could be overridden by his master. The slave is unable to make his own Seder, aka order. He's controlled by someone else. So that's another idea of Seder, that what? Because a slave is controlled by his master. Slave is unable to do what he wants, aka have order. We're able to have our own order. We're not slaves. Lastly, answer 7. Rav Aram Shor, in his Halachech V'Aldivo, pages 41 to 43, says that it's implied from Rashi and Eov, in Yud Chav Beis, that in a state of darkness, there's no order. It's clear from the Bereishis Rabbah that exile is called choshech, darkness. It's the beginning of Parshas Miketz, it's Bereishis Rabbah. Yosef was in jail, a place that connotes darkness. Whenever there is exile and Yetzer Hara, there is darkness. The opposite is also true. Whenever there is exile and evil inclination, there's darkness, but the opposite is also true. The redemption symbolizes light, or it's easier to see Hashem's hand involved during a state of redemption rather than during a state of exile. Regarding the physical world, when it is impossible to see, there's no order. However, during the day, or when someone lights a light, the candle, turns on the lights at night, the electricity, there's a chance of having order because he could see. Therefore, when the Jews were redeemed from Egypt, there was light and order. In order to commemorate this, we refer to Pesach night as the Seder, to show that there was order. There was light. It was clear. Those are 7 answers as to why it's called Seder.